Good afternoon, welcome back to Sun State Metal Detecting. We're back down at the beach where last time we found 3 awesome silver coins. I've done a little bit of digging on this particular location and have found that there's actually a substantial amount of history just in this location, hence why we found a few historic items. There's a very high chance that we've missed a lot more items down on the beach, maybe some coins, maybe some more industrial finds, maybe something else. As it turns out, there was actually a sawmill somewhere in this vicinity, most likely under the houses behind me. Obviously some of these historic items have found their way down to the sand, and now they're out there for us to go and find. So let's go and grab the equipment, take off down the beach, and we'll see what we can find this time around. We've just made it off the pathway down to the beach. First signal. 14, it's jumping around a bit. Centered around a 14, 15. Let's see what it is. I'm gonna guess probably some sort of fishing tackle. It's gone to a 13, 14. It should be right on top of our little pile here. Let's have a look. Indeed, first sinker of the day, the first of many. Another signal. Hopefully you can hear me through this wind. Quite a strong easterly blowing through at the moment. This one's centered around a 16. Sometimes 15. Sometimes 17. It's out of the hole. It's on the surface. Let's dig in. And another sinker. We might have our first coin. Very nice 10, very solid 10. Not too deep. It is a coin. Be 5 cents. Out of the hole. Somewhere over there. Let's have a look. And yes, that's our first coin. That's a rather crusty 5 cent piece. Lovely. Here's another 16, 17. Really only had a couple of bottle caps since the last one. Sounds pretty solid. Let's see what it is. And that signal has completely disappeared, which means we need to take one more scoop. Well, that is interesting. Maybe we'll have to pinpoint this one out because that signal has completely disappeared. Let's see, it's probably just in the rim of this hole here, somewhere. Yep, right down the bottom there. Scoop a bit of that out. That should be enough. Yep, it's here somewhere. Yeah. It's another sinker. Okay, next one. Well, we're approaching the spot where 2 of our silver coins have come from. There's a bit of a development there, we'll go into that in a second. But I've just picked up, just on the very edge of what my Equinox 800 can pick up, there is either a very small target or a very deep target that is possibly okay. Let's dig down and find out. It's hard to say whether that's very, very small or very, very deep. I'm hoping for very deep, because if that's the case, there's a better chance of it being a coin. Would you look at that? It's out in one, which means it's going to be small. It's a fairly, yeah, it's got a bit of substance to that, to the tone. Let's have a look. Should be just in the top here somewhere. There's something down here. Well, that is an old copper square nail. Yep, hand forged copper square nail. I like collecting these. Very interesting. Now for the development I was just talking about. We have got some heavy machinery tyre tracks running right the way through where our 2 silver coins were found. Looks like it's probably off a bobcat or some sort of excavator possibly. They seem to be going down the beach a ways, but can't see where they stop. So we might just do a bit of a detect over where these tracks are and see if maybe they've churned something up from further down. Let's give it a go. Well, there is at least one target underneath these tracks. Fairly sketchy sounding 12, 13. Given the history of those numbers here, I'm going to say that that's probably just going to be a sinker. Solid 15 now. This sand has all sorts of strange things to tones. Yep, as predicted. And as usual, it's always the tones you don't think are going to be interesting that sometimes turn out to be the most interesting. This was just a lovely little 11, pretty solid 11. And we have an old button. It's got, looks like it's a 4-pin or four holes in the back, in the shank. And it does have writing on it. That's awesome, because that means we're going to be able to go home and actually look up what this writing is and find out where this button came from. We'll report in on this one later. Okay, and we've got 2 tones not too far apart here. Our first tone here is centered around a 12-13. And just over this way, that's an 18-19. We'll start off with the lower tone. See what we've got. I'm sort of hoping for another one of these old buttons. Pretty solid 14 now it's out of the hole. It's just around the side here. Hopefully you can hear me over this wind. This one, unfortunately, is just a small sinker. We'll just fill in this hole so no one falls into it. There's quite a few dog walkers out this afternoon. There we go. And let's move over here to the better sounding tone. 18-19. All right, let's see. Still in the hole. Oh, it's up on the lip, I believe. All right. What do we have here? Oh dear. It's just a sinker. A little bit bigger. Ah well. On to the next one. And we've got an amply deep hole there. Probably a full coil depth, 10-11 inches deep. And we have another old button. Now this one is, again, very, very close to where our threepence and sixpence came out. Just holding it up to my eyes. Oh, this one might have writing again. It's pretty crusty, but just maybe we can get something interesting off it. We'll find out a bit later on. This is a signal I wouldn't normally dig, except it's near a bunch of old stuff. It's halfway up the beach. It's a bit of an odd place to get a signal. It's a pretty trashy sounding 8, 9 maybe. Let's give it a go. Maybe it's a button. We've had a few buttons today. Over there somewhere. Let's have a look. Where are you? Just in here somewhere. Well, it's tiny, whatever it is. Time to get the plastic scoop out. Look, there it is. Yep, it's another button. Another old button. Ooh, this one's looking really crusty. Just going to hold it up to my eyes, just see if there's any sign of detail. There's definitely some letters on there. I can see I-O, what appears to be I-O-N just around the top here. So again, we'll get that cleaned up a bit later on and find out what it is. And we've got another nice sounding signal, another punchy one, although sinkers and other junk has been showing up fairly punchy. Pretty solid 17, 18 there. Let's see what it is. Dancing around a lot more now it's out of the hole. Just in here somewhere. Ah, it's another sinker. All right, on to the next one. And yet another target I normally wouldn't dig, but given the context, it's floating around an average of a 10. Could be 5 cents, could be a button, could be a sinker. Place your bets now. I think we're out, but right up on the lip of the hole. Yep. And it is a miscellaneous shard of metal. How exciting. Okay, next one. We're gonna have to be quick with this one. The tide is quickly coming in. $16, $17. Sounds all right. It's now a pretty solid 16. Now it's out of the hole. And now it's 17. Now I've cleared off the top. Right in here somewhere. I see fishing line, which means we have a discarded sinker. Yep. Okie dokie then. 10, 11. Sounds a lot like that copper nail that we dug up before. $15, $16, now it's out of the hole. You see what I mean, but this sand just does absolute crazy things with tones. And that is yet another sinker. Sounds pretty shallow to me. Not moving off a 10. I'm gonna call it 10 cents. No, not 10 cents. What am I talking about? 5 cents. My goodness. Maybe not. Unless it's particularly crusty. Oh, what do you know? Yep, it was. That is another crusty 5 cents. Hooray! Getting back down towards the water, we have a very scatterbrained 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe 16. Who knows? Probably a ball of foil. And it comes out of the hole. Look at that, it's a solid 13, 14. This sand, I'm telling you. What have we got? It is more miscellaneous metal. Yep, definitely miscellaneous. Definitely metal. This piece of metal has no idea what it is. Who knows? Probably just another miscellaneous chunk. No, it's resting around a 10, so it could be our third 5 cent piece. Or it could just be, well, whatever this is. What are you? It's round, roughly cylindrical, and has a hole through the middle. I'm gonna say it's probably junk. It feels like it's probably made of lead. I'm not really sure what that one is. Like a lead washer, maybe? I don't know. Oh well, moving on. Another one of these jumpy tones. Seems to be roughly centered around a 10. Yeah, I'd agree with that, 10. Let's just hope it's a 10 out of 10 find. Oh, what do we have here? That is a drop bullet. Oh wow, yeah, it is actually a fully dropped bullet. Small caliber round. Not sure exactly what round that's going to be, but we've still got a bullet there. Yep, it's complete. Unfired. Dropped ammunition. Oh, something different. Looks like it was a 10 out of 10 find. What do you know? Another one right down on the tide mark. Nice bit of volume there. Let's see what it is. Well, it's a 12-13 now that it's out of the hole. It's perched up on top there somewhere. Sorry about the camera angle there. Oops. Thought I had it, turns out I do not. What is it? That is an old piece of lead. That is probably going to be an impromptu sinker from the olden times. Somebody's just poked a hole through something lead and probably used it to go and catch their dinner. On to the next one. While the sketchy signals today have sometimes turned out to be some of the more interesting, we have another sketchy sounding signal. We'll give it a shot. You never know. It's as sketchy out of the hole as it was in the hole. It's a sentence you don't say every day. And I am seeing, yep. Oh, actually, is that a bullet? It's not a sinker, it's a bullet. That is a fired small caliber bullet. There we go. I'd say eyeballing it's probably about the same caliber as the other bullet we found. Maybe we can find some more. Interesting. And another signal here. Again, floating around 10, 9, 10, but just all over the place, really. Let's see. somewhere around the bottom there. Let's have a look. And that might be yet another bullet. Just going to hold this one up to my eyes. Bear with me just a second. Yes, I can confirm that is a fired bullet. Another small caliber round. It's been crushed, so it's obviously hit something. But yep, that is most certainly bullet number 3. And we've returned to the top of the beach, right up against the erosion here. Not sure what to make of this one. I'm gonna have to dig it by hand, but it's certainly sounding punchy, and it's up in the 20s. Could be silver again. Let's see. Actually, I think I can see, no. That is an old Fanta lid. Ah, they always sound so good. Ah well, at least it's some rubbish off the beach. Onwards. Still high up on the beach. Pretty stable 18. Right behind some tree trunks that have obviously slipped down the slope at some point. Just going to adjust you there a little bit. That's better. So I can hear it just down in here. It's a coin. And that is a ultra crusty 50 cents. Now boy, this one's, yeah, this one's seen better days. And I'll need to get that cleaned up to get any sort of date off it, but hey, you don't find 50 cents often. Hold that thought. There's another tone right next to it. I'm going to say it's 10 cents. Pretty tough digging in here. See if I can find where this target is to start with. I'll swap over to my sharper spade. Might help us get through some of these old roots and whatnot. Can we hear it? Yep, it's down there. Of course, right up. Well, that works. Alright, I might go back to my plastic shovel just for a second here. While we bring some of this stuff out of the hole. It is a coin. Yep, 10 cents. Hold that thought, part 3. There's another signal in the hole. This one's floating around a 10, so it might be 5 cents, but if that's the case, then we officially have ourselves a coin spill. Alright. Back into it. Alright, let's see. What do we have here? Just going to get you adjusted there. That's more like it. Couldn't hear anything earlier. Obviously there's something here somewhere. Oop. Over there. Some of these roots out of the way and we'll pull some of this material up and out of the hole. Well, we've moved it, so it should be easy to find from here. Let's get our plastic scoop out and we'll remove some material. Oh, these roots are making it awkward. Okay, we are definitely up and out of the hole here. It's another coin. Alright, that's 3 in the same hole. That's a spill. Crusty, crusty 5 cents. Alright. Well, there was nothing more to that last coin spill. It was just the 3. And we've just reached the limit of where we got to in our last video. So we're now moving on to new territory. And this is actually the log that I used as a marker. So I knew where I stopped last time, and sure enough, right under the end of the log, there's a 13. Well, let's get in there and have a bit of a dig around, hey? Hasn't been as much fishing gear up this far, so maybe we've sort of got out of the main fishing area. So possibly this could be 10 cents. It's in here somewhere, I know it. Well, this one's a little bit more elusive than I had anticipated. Unless it's... Oh, because it's actually on the end of the log, not next to it. Okay then. Should be right in there somewhere. We are out, and 10 cents. So we're definitely finding a lot more change further up the beach here. Just as crusty as that last lot. So these coins have obviously been in here a hot minute. Okay, well, let's see if we can't fill our pockets with a bit more pocket change. See you at the next one. Well, the sun's really starting to go down, so we'll get the lights on in just a second. But we've got a really nice sounding, very, very shallow target. Pretty nice, huh? Right about there. Probably another 10 cents given what we've had over the last few similar sounding signals. Nope. That is somebody's zipper. Someone had a bad day. Right, back up high on the beach. And got another one of these real sketchy sort of signals, except this one is ringing up occasionally really high. 28, 23, 31. There is iron tones in there with it. So it could just be a big old chunk of rusty nothing. But I'm willing to give it a go. Sounds like it's a ways down too. And it repeats in both directions, so, you know, it's worth a shot. Oh, there's something in there. Grab our pinpointer out. Right up the top here somewhere. Guess what, guys? We're back on the silver. Ha 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 ha. Yep, yes sirree. That is another 925 threepence. Just looking at the date, it is a 1927 threepence. Actually, this one's in remarkably better condition than the others. Yep, King George on the back. Wonderful. Well, I'll give this particular area a bit of a more thorough shakedown and see if we can find any more. All right, we're about 5, maybe 6 meters further up the beach from where that threepence was. Another very threepency sounding tone there, ringing up anywhere from a 19 to a 23, which is you know, ballpark what we want to hear. Now this is going to be a little bit awkward because we've got roots overhanging where I need to get down to dig. So what I might do is I might just set you guys down aside on the tripod just so I can be a little more agile here. And we'll get to digging and we'll see what we get. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully you've got a decent enough view there. We'll get our pinpointer out and just see if we can roughly locate where this tone has come from. Somewhere around the bottom of this root here, I think. I might just clear clear a little bit of this material out and see if that can point us in the right direction. Pinpointer is definitely on. I'm not doing a That's rather interesting. It's not really wanting to show up. Just going to confirm I haven't already moved it. I don't think so. Pinpointer is on maximum. Oh, hold on, that was something. Maybe. Yep, it's down a bit. Right under this root here. Alright. Let me see here. Let's move this aside. Oh, you're joking. It's not a threepence at all. It's one of those coffin-shaped sinkers with a bit of fishing line. Ah, blast. Not to worry. Alrighty-o. Another signal. This one is as crisp as they come. Really nice. Yeah. Could be a lot of different things. Don't want to get my hopes up too much. But, well. Well, we're out in one. Now it's time to see if it's anything particularly worthwhile. Just down here. Somewhere. It's a coin. And it is $1. Straight to the retirement fund. Alright, a little bit further along the beach again. Nice punchy little signal. I'm going to say it's right about, yeah, right about there. That'll do. Let's see. We're out. $18. Let's see. Okay, let's get our pinpointer out. I can't see it yet. Not sure what this one is. I'm sure of it now. Sinker. Well, had to find another one of them sometime. I haven't had one in a little while, so yes, I was due. On to the next one. Here's something you don't see often. In two lovely tones, and I don't even have to dig for them. We have a 10-cent freshly dropped right on the surface, and $1 freshly dropped right on the surface. Alrighty-o. Bit further up the beach again. Fairly nice sounding signal. Not really holding my hopes up too high for this one. But, hey, at least we get to dig a hole. It's a 15 out of the hole. It's a 15 out of the hole that has now disappeared. I think we're going to need to pinpoint this one. Where did it go? What is it? Well, it's definitely out of the hole. Unless it's really, really tiny. Ooh, that's a bit of a mystery. We'll wave the detector over it again. Oops, that's just my sand scoop there. Let's just knock another layer down. Nothing. Wow, this is a bit of a puzzle. I think I might switch you off, find it, and then report back with what it is. I'll see you in a bit. Well, ended up turning the sand over twice, and it's just a sinker. Now, on to the next one. And just a little 10 signal up on one of the paths, and we have another crusty 5 cent. And I nearly jumped out of my skin. Now you can see why. It's in a bit of an awkward spot here. Doesn't sound like it's going to be very deep. I'm going to take a guess it's probably an old Coke can or similar. If it's not, it's probably going to be something nice. But yeah, I'm not really holding my breath here. Let's just have a look. Just get you underneath this branch here and angle the camera like so. Yeah, it is fairly shallow. The real question is, what is it? Ah, yes. I think I can... No. I thought I could see a can, but no, it was just a piece of branch. What have I got? Yeah, there it is. There's the can. There's the top. Let's get this out of here. Oh. That is jammed in there tight. Tell you what. Alright, what sort of can do we have? Almost loose. Almost loose. Oh, got it. Summersby pear cider. And it is chockers full of sand. Alright, at least that's 10 cents I can get back. Alright, it's been a hot minute since I've had any signals at all. I've just made the decision that I'm going to start turning back. I'm going to start doing just a line along the where the tide came in, and just as I've made the decision to turn around, we've got just a nice solid 13, very solid 13. If I was a betting man, I'm going to bet my money that this is money, specifically 10 cents of money. Let's see. Just going to adjust that a little bit there. I'm not hearing it. It's definitely in here somewhere. Just remove a bit more There it is, just over this way. And yeah, looks like my bet came off. Yeah, it's 10 cents. Again, really crusty. Certainly a lot of really crusty coins down here. Alright, well, we'll start making our way back. We'll make our way back a little bit lower down on the beach, as I said, sort of closer to where the high tide mark is. And we'll see if we find any treasures mid-beach. We'll see you at the next one. First signal as I've started walking back. Pretty average sort of sounding 10. Again, I reckon we're probably looking at a 5-cent piece. Still in the hole. Okay. Still in the hole. Surprising. Still in the hole. The signal has changed from a 10 to a 3. So I'm not holding any particularly wonderful hopes for this. Still in the hole. Well, this would have to be the deepest target I've had all day. Still in there. My goodness. I'll go from this direction just to make sure that's not just in that top wall. Well, it's out, whatever it is. And it's back to being a 10 again. And it's a 5-cent piece. Actually, not nearly as toasted as the last one's. Nice patina. But yeah, 5 cents. All right, on to the next one. About 2 meters from our little 5-cent piece. Another interesting little signal. And there is an iron tone in here as well, so it could be. Yeah, that's probably going to be a bottle top by the sounds of that. Yep, I think that's exactly what it is. Yep, indeed. Yeah, they sound pretty tempting sometimes. Especially when they start ringing up into the 20s as they rust out. But it's alright. More rubbish off the beach. Less for somebody to step on and put a hole in their foot. Right, moving along. See you at the next one. Well, I'm getting absolutely swarmed by little insects that seem to want to fly into the light attached to the top of my head. So we might sort of get a bit of a move along, but another one of these sketchy, all over the place sort of signals that have been really interesting. It's indicating 4 depth, so it's a ways down. Maybe it's something, maybe it's not. Let's have a look. Yep, further down. Although, as I remove sand, that tone is getting higher. So maybe it is something interesting after all. Still in there. And that's a solid 18, now it's out of the hole. Okay, I think it's going to be this big long sinker. Yep. Yes, indeedy. That's the longest sinker of the day. Cool. And we've got a cracker of a signal here. Absolute doozy of a signal. Wow. Let's see what it is. It's out of the hole. It is sounding very coin-like. Could we be on, I hate to say it, but could we be on another double silver? Oh, this could be could be sixpence, could be 2 cent. I see a dog tag. Well, that's a neat little design. Little doggy skull and crossbones. Can't see any details on the back, it's been down a while. But hey, that's a neat little find. Alright, not quite the silver coin I was hoping for, but neat all the same. I'll carry right on. Alright, we're nearly back. We only dug a few sinkers since the last time we had a video on. But this is probably the most hopeful target I've heard on the way back. Dancing around a bit of depth to it. Could be anything. I would probably be putting my money on a large sinker, if anything. Solid 22. Nice sounding tone. Very clean. Could very well be a coin too, I suppose. Oh, you're joking. I think. What is that? Eh? I don't actually know what that is. I thought for a second there it was another silver coin. It's got... Oh, I see. It's the top of a key. Yeah, it's the top of an old key. And there's part of the key ring. So the actual shaft of the key was here, and it's snapped off. Ah, there we go. Something a bit different. Old key.